Greetings. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first video, my name is Wa, and on this channel, I share content that is near and dear to my heart and or spirit as an offering to humanity to be helpful, insightful, as well as my desire is to assist people with their healing, their empowerment, and education. When I was growing up, I often wanted someone close to me that was wise, had experienced certain things that could guide me and provide insight as well as help. So, in that spirit, here I am. And in case you don't know, I create music. I love art. I love music. That is my music that you hear playing in the background. We all love music, right? There's so many amazing, talented artists out there, and I'm just thankful to be able to contribute and do my part. The song that you hear playing, oh my gosh, there was this beautiful goddess who makes these amazing crowns. Like, they're just elaborate and just gorgeous with these crystals, and I can't wait to get one because you'll see it in the videos. But she did a post about manifestation, and I was just like, wow. And I just started freestyling about it. And the song that you hear in the background is actually me singing, freestyling about her post because I was inspired by her beautiful manifestations. Anyways, this topic of this session is about friendship. Something that is so near and dear to many of our hearts and spirits. We are also blessed to have had friends, to have friends that have been in our lives at, at important times of our growth and development. But always remember, people, that your number one friend and your most important friend is the Most High God, your creator, the source from which you come. However you describe this divine power, your spiritual beliefs, always know that that is your greatest friend that is with you at all times. So then therefore you should never feel alone or like you need something from something outside of yourself, such as friendship. So before I go into the main fruit of what I want to discuss, I also want to talk about the type of friends that have come into my reality. I'm thankful for everything. Everything is just a lesson. I'm thankful for everyone. It teaches you about yourself the more you open up and allow yourself to connect with others out here in these spiritual streets. So, what I've noted is I've come across so many reflections, and some reflections, they're reflecting something that is totally not a part of yourself, but you still can see it and recognize it because you're an insightful human. Prayerfully. If not, that's okay too. We're all here growing and developing on our levels in many different ways. So, there are people out there, I've noted, that are very independent, very strong. They don't need friends. They don't feel like they have to be friends with everybody. That's beautiful. And these are people that you notice don't have to go everywhere with somebody. A lot of people might always be inviting them to events or to do things or to do stuff with them, and they'll decline a lot because they're just independent in their nature and they like to spend a lot of time with self. Then you have some other type of friends or other, I'm talking about categories and friends of people just in case, if I got, make sure that I'm keeping focus in the conversation. So there's also people that are at a stage in their development where they need a lot of energy from other people. Some people might refer to these people as energy vampires. However you want to categorize them, they are people that always have to have somebody around them so that they can feel balanced, loved, because they want to feel loved. They want to feel, appreciated. They want to feel connected. They want to feel connection. Nothing wrong with these people. But I will say that it's important to be able to spend time with self. It is important to be able to do stuff with self. It is important to not always need somebody around you for validation. You have to be self-validated. Meaning, you have to be able to deal with yourself and be by yourself and be comfortable with that and be happy and not feel lonely and not feel like you need people around you to feel strong or feel balanced or to feel validated. This is very important. Because that way, when you're around people, you don't need them to balance you. You don't need them to validate you. And some people, they don't see how their spirit is moving. They don't see what their mind is doing. They're just kind of like going through life. And that's okay. I'm a very analytical person. So I pay attention to my spirit. I pay attention to my I pay attention to my mind. I pay attention to the way that my spirit is moving, the way that my mind is moving. I pay attention to the projections of others and the way that their spirit and their mind is moving if I allow them into my cipher. So one of the things that I noted is that we have to make sure that, people, because I'm not in this space, this is not a personal reflection. People have to make sure that they are comfortable with themselves, being alone, because you're not really alone. You're one with the Most High God, and that you don't need to take energy from somebody else to be balanced. That you can be balanced in yourself. You can be strong. You don't feel alone. You don't feel alone, and you don't need somebody around you to feel balanced and whole and complete, and you don't need to feel wanted, and you don't need to feel needed, and you don't need to feel like needed or wanted or validated, that you are just completely sovereign in the Most High God. So I want to convey that because I see that some people out there in the friendship, universe are just like, they want to feel wanted by people. If they don't feel wanted by people, if they don't create an emotional connection with somebody, then they don't feel balanced. If they don't feel wanted or needed by somebody, then they don't feel balanced. And there's just so much more to the existence of friendships besides emotional dependency. And that brings me into another part of this conversation that we are having in this YouTube, that people, when you have a friendship with someone, you can have a friendship that is not based on any emotional dependency. You are a whole person coming to the table to share your love and your light, instead of someone who is emotionally dependent emotionally needy and out of balance with self, and ready to project that onto your friend because you need them to balance out your energy. You need them to so that you can feel wanted and loved. It's better to be in a space where you know you are loved, you feel loved, you are not lonely, you are feel safe and sovereign with self to where you can be alone because you know that you're one with the Most High God, you're one with the universe, so you're not really alone. And you don't need validation from other people. You don't need to feel wanted or needed by other people. I know I'm saying that again, but this is so important. So many people out there in this world that don't feel happy or complete if they are not communicating with others on an emotional level. And there's just so much more to friendship besides taking energy from people or taking resources. There's so many people that I'm getting off into a whole nother topic, but there's so many people that want to build friendships with people based off of resources. I've noticed that, like, and even people soliciting friendship off of saying, hey, let me help you, let me do this for you. And that's beautiful, but at the same time it's like, wait a minute, there's just so much vampirism and so much taking out there in the world that I'm not even comfortable when somebody comes at me like that. I'm like, wait a minute, you want to do something for me? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I might decline. Now, a lot of times I decline because some people are givers so much that they just have people using them all the time. And they want that because they want to use those people. So you got people that, are looking for people to use them and trying to use others. And it's just like, it's so beautiful to be open to sharing positive energy with people, to sharing and giving, and just being in that authentic, pure space without needing or wanting anything from anyone in return. It is power. It is liberating because you know that you're completely covered by the Most High God, that everything you need comes from the Most High God. So you don't have to take things from others or build friendships with people based off of others. And when people come at you trying to offer you things because they want to solicit friendship with you, that's not me. I don't do that, and that's another reason why I decline. Because most of my friendship are based off of things that we have in common. Like, when I'm interested in being friends with somebody or connecting with somebody, I admire something about them, or I see something that we have in common. And if I'm inspired to be the person's friend, then I'll be their friend. It's definitely not going to be, oh, I can use this person for something. That's just something that I don't get about the world. It's like, that's just all that resource vampirism that's going on. People want to be used. They want to, give things because they want to take things. Like men that want to offer their resources because they want that cookie or those cookies, those goodies. And it's just, we have to pray for humanity because we should have friendships based off with people based off of their soul, who they are, their integrity, and their contributions to humanity. I don't like people based off of how they look. I like people based off of their soul. I like people based off of their character. And I'm saying that because sometimes people think they just know everything. And I had somebody say something to me last night. She was like, oh, I can see that that's your type. No, honey, you're incorrect. My type is spiritual and divine. Just because I make a comment about somebody's physical exterior being attractive because everybody's cute. Damn, like the Most High is just glorious. I mean, I don't really see too many people that I think are ugly. I mean, I just think the Most High is just glorious. So, I make, my friends that know me for a long time, they know that I got like rose-colored glasses. And I just be like admiring people. And I'm like, oh, this person, that, girl, you see that? And that's just my nature. But those that are familiar with my spirit, they understand that it has so little to do with physical exterior when it comes to my personal heart chakra. It definitely is about their mentality, their character, their spirit, how they're manifesting in this reality. Because they could be totally cool looking on the outside, but then on the inside just be all jacked up. And who got time for that? None of us. Well, some people do, but that's their business, right? As lovely Miss Brown says. So I just want to make sure that I'm staying on topic, as I've covered, just in case anyone lost focus, or, we have so many different things going on in this world. It's okay. The different type of friends, independent, don't need anybody. They don't care if they're alone. Their number one friend is the Most High God. Then the other people that they like to refer to as vampires. The ones that always need somebody around them, that always have to have somebody validating them, that always have to be having energy from somebody. Don't know how to spend time alone. Get mad at you if you ain't got time to talk to them. So, excuse me. Pardon. I think that it's healthy to be somewhere in between. Honestly, it's good to want to be open to having friendships with people and getting to know different types of people and seeing different reflections of the Most High God. Nothing wrong with admiring people and building friendships, but it is good to be independent and know that you are good alone and good with the Most High God, and not have to be always around people or vampire energy from people, or using people for their energy or using people for their strength. Be strong in the Most High God. There's so many people that are they just always feel alone, and we're not alone. We have the Most High God. And I've been this way. Before I had children, I was like, I had a ton of friends that would always be like, yo, why? What you doing? Where you at? What's going on? And I would just be out there in the universe, a lot of times by myself, going through my stuff, because I didn't want to project any imbalance upon people. I like to come correct. I like to come authentic. And that brings me to another topic that I want to discuss. It's okay to make mistakes. When you value somebody's friendship, though, and you're an honorable person, and you make a mistake, the proper thing to do is apologize. And some people don't have friendship etiquette, so that's why we're talking about this in this video. When you love someone as a friend, and you appreciate and value their friendship, and you make a mistake, the proper thing to do is apologize. And I just wanted to, make sure that I communicate that. Of course, if you have to tell somebody, to apologize to you, then it's not from an authentic space. That's something that should come from them, because they know that their behavior was unfavorable, and they know that they offended you, and they know that they were incorrect. But you might not. Some people do incorrect things and don't apologize because they're still in their fakeism. Somebody said that somebody was fake once, and I was like, really? I be having my little rose-colored glasses on. I'm like, how's that sister fake? I had asked that in my mind. I didn't ask that person that was telling me that, because sometimes it's good to have your own experiences with people and not ask others why they believe what they believe. Let it roll out for you as it's meant to. Well, when people have problems with accountability, meaning they don't know how to apologize for things, they lie as natural as you breathe, then they could be considered fake by some people. And that's just the reality of it. You always are going to respect those that are real. Like the people that I admire the most, they are my friends to the end. They'll be like, yeah, curse that person out because they were misbehaving. We're always 100. We're always real. And that is very important because you can respect people that are real and authentic. You can trust people that are real and authentic. They ain't going to be the one that farts and blame it on you. I mean, people be that way though. It is just like so immature, but they literally do it. I've seen it. They will fart a stinky fart and they be like, "Did you fart?" And then you like, "Are we adults here? What's going on here?" Like, but there's adults that do that because they are so fake, so unauthentic with self that they can't say, "Excuse me, I passed gas." Are you motherfucking serious? It's that real out there. No streets and no spiritual streets. People that can't say, "Excuse me," that they got flatulence. So you can imagine these same people and other people. If somebody can't admit that they passed gas and say, "Excuse me," and just move on, because we all got gas, it's natural. Just like we all make mistakes, it's natural. They can't, admit to a mistake. They're gonna be like, no, 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 no. You're just being negative. And they just expect you to just move forward like nothing ever happened. Just like, no, that was your fault. And then just move forward because that's what they do. Wow. I genuinely love people and accept them as they are. But when I see that they have problems with accountability, it is very difficult for me to move forward. And I want to make sure that I'm covering everything. So I'm looking at the things that I was writing because I journal a lot about my experiences. And I wanted to say this again. People will view someone as fake if they tell lies so quickly that they do not even remember them. Like you try to call them out on like their behavior so that you can get clarity with them so that they understand why, there's some confusion with the relationship and why you decided to just pull yourself back and you're like, well, because you lied so much just randomly, like, how we breathe, you were just lying. And then they're like, no, I don't remember telling you any lies. And then you bring up one and they're like, no, I don't remember that. And they don't remember because they lie just as naturally as you breathe. So, people can be in 100% denial about themselves, and that is okay. Let me see. Rude, unfavorable behavior. They do not apologize. They lose their temper and they try to blame it on others instead of apologizing. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about why they will be viewed as fake because they can't apologize and they just try to, yeah. So a real and honest person is honest enough with themselves to apologize with others. They have no problem being human. They have no problem being a human. They're not in a princess syndrome to where they don't make any mistakes and, oh my God, they can't admit their mistakes. It's good to be genuine enough to apologize. We learned this as children. If you make a mistake, you apologize because you don't really mean to offend anybody. If you can't apologize, then it's like it's on purpose. Tapping into this reality is our destiny. Yeah, and when people can't apologize for their mistakes and be honorable, it's like, how can they be trustworthy and honorable in the present? Some people always say, oh, well, like, You're bringing up the past. You're stuck in the past. No, baby. I'm in the present. I'm in the future. How can I trust you to be an honorable and authentic person if you can't even apologize and admit that you have a problem telling little lies for no reason? I'm a real and authentic person. I'm an honest person. I have no problem with this. So it is my nature to see my reflection close to me. Now, at a distance, get your lie on. Do whatever you want to do. That's your choice. That's your situation. But you know, when it comes to people that I actually invest time in on a personal level, but no. Let me stop being silly. I wouldn't really recommend people just lying for any reason because, you know, you want people to trust you. You know, you want people to see you as an honorable and trustworthy person. So there's no reason to just lie, little lies for no reason. And honestly, you got to remember, we're all naturally psychic. So we know when somebody's lying. We just feel it. Even if we don't say anything, we just continue on. We still know. So it's very important to not try to insult other people's intelligence as well. And yeah. So for people that are always like having problems with people wanting them to admit to the truth and admit to their faults, these are not people that are being negative with you, trying to condemn you being stuck in the past. These are people that want you to be accountable so that they can trust you in the present and in the future. Because if you can be honorable enough to admit your mistakes and be honest, then you are honorable and trustworthy enough to be in the future to be somebody that they can trust. Or you can just be somebody that they seem that just tells little lies in the past and didn't want to admit to it and just went on their journey. Either or, you know, but hopefully this information can be of service to people out here in this universe, because we don't have to be close friends with everybody. That's not always meant to be, but we can learn. We can all learn and we can all grow and we can all be better. So if you have a problem with lying and telling little lies because you develop that type of character and you tell lies as quick as we all breathe, you know, you probably a multi-genius that just needs to channel that energy towards something else, because it's a gift. Maybe you need to write stories, movie scripts, or books or something. But when it comes to people, they get tired of that. They don't trust it. You know, they don't trust somebody that lies all the time. They just be like, about everything though. And they have these little conversations with themselves, not with you, but they have these little conversations with themselves like, dang, this person's gonna lie about everything like that? Just because they don't call you out on it doesn't mean that they don't see your spirit. Just because they don't call you out on it doesn't mean that they don't see you. We are all spiritual beings before anything. We are spirits. So people in a little finite physical reality with all their little lies, people see beyond that stuff. Just because they don't say anything about it doesn't mean they don't see it. I just want to put that out there, because you got some people that just be lying like how we breathing. Damn. Anyways, I do not have friendships with people that I don't trust. And this is something that kept coming up for me with somebody. You know, they had a problem trusting people, and it's just something that they wanted to keep putting out there for some reason. And after, I just let it go for a while because I don't really care. I know that I'm trustworthy, so I was just like, I let it go. But then it got to the point where they just like, I noticed it was like a mantra of theirs. Like, you got to be people. What you speak is what you create. So if you have a desire to trust people that are trustworthy, then you shouldn't be talking about all the time how you don't trust people. Of course you don't trust people that are not trustworthy. That's just the obvious and irrelevant to state all the time, not unless you're an untrustworthy person yourself. Like, people can't really trust you though. So let's be careful, world, about the mantras that we repeat, about our projections. You know, it's obvious that we can't trust untrustworthy people. But there's no reason to repeat that all the time like it's a mantra. And after a while, I just got tired of this person saying this, and I was like, you know what? I trust myself, and everybody that is in my cipher, I trust. And I don't have people in my cipher that are untrustworthy themselves and have issues trusting other people. Because most people that have issues trusting other people are untrustworthy because they still have things that they have to grow and develop within themselves, within their character, within their honesty, within their authenticity to be trustworthy. They're not going to just tell you lies for no reason, just because they want to connect with you. It is good to build friendships with people based off of honesty, off of truth, off of your character. There's no reason to lie. Oh my God, you are a divine being. God is inside of you. Build something with somebody based off of reality, off of your divinity, off of your unlimited gifts, not off of lies. There's no point. Because people are attracted to you because of your soul, because of your spirit, because of the God in you, not because of your lying mind, to people that have that problem. So, if I cannot 1000% trust somebody, then they will be somebody that is just, at a distance, and that's okay. My key points for this video are being kind to others that you call friends, not saying mean or rude comments, and expecting the person to just laugh at a negative remark. If you say something mean or rude to somebody, you can't expect them to laugh at it, because that would be like that person slapping themselves in the face. And if somebody loves themselves, they're not going to laugh about you saying something rude or mean or negative to them. Because it would hurt to slap yourself in the face. But that's what people do when they entertain friendships with people that are rude. That say things like inappropriate nonsense things, and then just be like, this playing. No. If you play with people, it better be something really funny and not harmful or negative. Some people just need to develop a whole nother sense of humor that's not about insulting others. And then, if you have a situation with somebody and you know you were foul, have the integrity to just be silent. Don't spread lies or slander about other people. That is a problem out there in those spiritual streets. People having a problem with somebody because they don't know how to be a good friend. They don't know how to be a real and authentic person. They don't know how to be real. And they're going to sit up there and spread lies about somebody else to whoever they vampire energy from at that moment. Whoever they having a pity party with. Well, such and such was being negative and attacking me. No. Grow up. Please. You're an adult. I've never been like that. And you got to pay attention to those people. Pay attention to the conversations that you have with people. Are they always the victim in every single story? Oh, their friends. They have so many problems with all these different friends. Like, you gotta pay attention to that, because I don't have any problems with any of my friends. None. 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 You know why? Because I attract from an authentic space. And if I come across people out here in these spiritual streets that are reflecting parts of the universe that don't resonate with me personally, then I keep them at a distance, because I don't have drama. I don't create drama for myself in that way. I've never had a shady female friend. I've never had one, because I'm not one. So, like, pay attention to people. And they're like, yeah, because, this person was shady. You gotta pay attention to them. I've never had a shady female friend, because I'm not a shady female. I love from a heart space. So I've attracted lovers, people that love me from a heart space. Never had a shady friend. Anyways, I keep my ego in check, but we all have one. But it's real though. So pay attention, male or female. Somebody come into your reality and they got a problem with everybody and they always the victim. Pay attention to that. Because the way that people play out their stories, they just go on to the next person, continuing the same pattern, because they're not really growing or resolving or healing things. They just bumping along. Let me just make sure that. And the reason why, people that are always in the victim reality, because they're always blaming others and never taking responsibility for what they do. Never apologizing. Just moving along to do something to the next person. They don't apologize. They just keep moving forward. On to the next. And it's always everybody else's fault. It's not their fault. No, me and my friends is real as fuck. We make a mistake, we curse you out, we're going to tell you why. So be aware of individuals that just have so many problems with people. They want to come up to you and they want to connect with you and tell you all these, or some people are just really trying to grow, and they might not have any negative situations that they want to talk about, but yet they'll make little references to it, like, oh, I was close to this person and this happened and this happened and this happened. If there's something always happening to them that they can't be real and honest about, and it always involves the other person, and then they're not friends with those people anymore, that's not my story. I can go kick it with anybody from my past, because I'm real as fuck. I'm a genuine person. I don't screw people over. People want to be around me. They ain't trying to block me on social media. They love me because I love them. I don't hurt people. I'm not mean. I don't say mean things to people. Well, you curse somebody out, that is mean, so never mind. But you get my point, though. Some people are just out here in these spiritual streets, just not taking any accountability and don't really know how to be friends with people. And that's what this conversation is supposed to be about. How to be friends with people. Not being a needy person. Being able to take time to self and be one with self and be one with God and be balanced. Not being an energy vampire and needing others to take energy from. Being good to be with self. By yourself, one with the Most High God, not needing to vampire energy from other people, not needing other people to balance you out, not needing other people to feel validated. And then that way, when you actually come together with people and then you leave them, you won't feel the need to be upset or feel unbalanced if they can't communicate with you. So, pardon, very, 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 very important to be a strong person and not need validation from others. Be able to kick it with yourself and be real with self. If you make mistakes with people, be humble enough to apologize. Not the kind of person that just wants to be on bad terms with everybody. Like, the victim. Oh my God, there's so many bad people in the world. I just had to exit all those people away. Everybody in the world, really? I mean, it's like, come on now. It's good to be a human and say, you know what, I apologize. I made a mistake. You don't have to be close with everybody. But everybody should be able to say, you know what, such and such was real. We had a misunderstanding and it's all good because such and such apologized for their behavior. And everybody farts. No need to lie about it. Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay to apologize. So, maturity. This is about spiritual and mental maturity. It is very fake to just move forward like nothing happened. And I wouldn't do that. So that's what, people learn in dealing with me. I would never just allow somebody to disrespect me and then just continue on like nothing ever happened. No. I'm going to be like, excuse you. And then just be waiting. Is this person going to apologize? Is this person real and authentic enough with self to even apologize for the mistake that they made? Damn, I got to point it out. And then don't let the person be like, I'm sorry, but you're still talking about this? Okay. What that means is that this person is so used to being rude and mean. And this is not just one person. I've seen this with a couple of people. They're so used to being rude, unauthentic, mean, and doing things to harm others that they're detached. I'm so real and so authentic, and I speak from my heart. So that is why I'm going to bring up something in a holistic way all the time if I feel like the person still hasn't got the message or the lesson. And that's just the way it is. But there's people that are detached from being a human. The ways that they harm and affect other people. That's what they just be like, I apologize for that already. Why are you still focused on that? Woo! I cried with people that I've made mistakes with. Like, I mean, it's just like, because I understand. But some people, they're so detached from reality, the aspect of actually the way that their actions affect others. And they're so used to harming people that they're detached from it. And they're just like, I apologize, move forward, move on. You're in the past, you're being negative. You're bringing up the past, you're in the past, you're being negative. No. You can't just mistreat people and expect them to just move on with you like nothing never happened. You have to be responsible, mature, accountable, honorable, righteous, and trustworthy. And this is something that you develop in your character as a human, to where you can be wise and say, yes, I had unfavorable behavior. Yes, I made a mistake. Yes, I lied. I apologize. It's that easy. This is class. Hopefully people out here that need this message get it. And then they're able to be this way from an authentic space. Because it is okay. We are all humans here learning. It is okay to make a mistake. It is okay to tell a lie if that's your problem. But guess what? It is also even more okay to evolve and transform into the beautiful next level of yourself to where you don't even have to create those situations with people where you're uncomfortable because you spoke some lies, or you're uncomfortable because you hurt them and you gotta block them on social media and they blocking you and y'all can't talk to each other. I don't have those type of situations with people. Only people I ever blocked was some men that I was mad at because I was being immature. Yeah. Excuse me. Actually, no. Only one that I blocked, but it was only because I didn't wait. No, I didn't block. No, I just unfriended because I was just like, wait a minute. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I was out of sync with self and just kind of like projecting too much energy towards somebody. And that's not even ladylike. You know, a man is supposed to come to you. So that's the only time that I ever unfriended somebody, you know, in that context. And blocking, no, I don't have a problem with, you know, that. I mean, unless it's a weird, obsessive stalker ex. But like friends, though, I haven't had that type of issue. And if you do, it's all good. All we can do is grow and be better. But the whole purpose of this video was, if you're trying to be friends with people and you're trying to be a good friend, you're trying to grow and learn how to be a friend out here in these spiritual streets, because we're all growing and we're all learning, then you have to apologize when you make a mistake. And, you know, it doesn't mean that you and that person is going to be friends. What it means is that you are a responsible and accountable human. And you real. And can't nobody say you fake. And then you won't be in a space where you need to over dramatize or lie about somebody. You won't have to go to the next person and be like, because you know, she's attacking me. Somebody not attacking you if they just trying to get you to be 100. Last time that I checked, an attack has nothing to do with somebody just being real, you know. But we have to be strong in self to be able to make a mistake and apologize for it and not feel attacked or like somebody's being negative if they want you to be accountable for your mistakes. They're not being negative, they're being real. And then you can move forward with that real ass person and with respect, because they're going to respect you because you were real and honest enough to apologize. That's it. And then you move on and you grow. And then you can go into the next situation not lying about that person. Being honest and real and authentic. Not lying to yourself about that person. Or others. So, people need to get this message. There's people out here in these spiritual streets that don't know how to be friends with people. They're rude. They say inappropriate things. And then they just expect you to laugh it off and pretend like nothing ever happened. And don't know how to apologize. Don't have friendship etiquette. So it is very important. Excuse the context of this video if I'm using a lot of you and talking like I'm talking directly to you. If it's not applicable to you and you've already, you know, passed this part of your development, then share this video though, because there's some people that have not, as you've probably seen out here in these spiritual streets. So, I think that about sums it up. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I tried to share it from a space of healing of love, and of light for educational purposes. And just to recap, people being friends with people because they want to use them or they want to be used. We need to elevate, world. Be friends with people because you like somebody's soul. Be friends with people because you like their mind. Be friends with people because you admire something about them. Don't base your friendships on somebody else's resources or some resources that you want to take from them. That's just not an authentic space to be in. And I've seen that out in the world. So that's why I'm commenting on it. And if you are a person that's still learning and growing in your development, learning how to be a friend, learning how to be an evolved person, you make mistakes, you used to be a liar, it's something that you had in your past, and you're trying to shed that skin and grow into another person, it's okay. But just make sure that in your new spiritual self, as you grow and integrate your healing and you release that old lying self, that you're able to be authentic and real and apologize to people when you make mistakes as you evolve and heal that character. It's important. Because how you going to be a spiritual being and then, just be being mean to people and not even be able to be authentic and real about it and apologize. My daughter told me that before. She's like, you ain't spiritual. How you spiritual? You just put me in a timeout and you disciplining me. I'm being funny, but I'm being real. It's like the way that people perceive us is very powerful. So, because we're all learning and growing, and we're responsible for the way people perceive us. So I strive to carefully and gently convey these messages, but also from a real space. Because sometimes when you try to sugarcoat stuff, people, they'll just try to walk over you. I had a disagreement with this person that I'm talking about, and they were like, giving me an accusation that's not even truthful in my space. I've never had this problem with anybody. And they were like, and I'm like, okay, they're not getting the message. I was being too nice. They don't understand. And sometimes it's that way. If you don't deliver the message raw and you try to be nice about it, sometimes they just don't get it. It's like being a woman and a guy trying to, holler at you and you're not interested, and then you just smile and you're like, and if you keep smiling, they might just think that, there's an opportunity, as we've seen on these dating streets. Your body language and the way you communicate is very, very important as we're all learning. So I'm not trying to be rude or condemn anybody, but I've noticed in communication, if I say things in a nice way, sometimes they might not get the lesson. As I've noted in that experience with that person where they were just like throwing their accusation at me because they didn't want to deal with themselves. And because I was communicating too nicely, they just felt so comfortable to just say that to just fart and then say I did it. No, you farted. We all have gas. It's okay. You just apologize for it and then you just move on. So, it's okay. I have to go to the restroom and I need to go to work. So, I'm going to close out this video. Hopefully, it's been helpful to people out. Hopefully, it will help people out in the world who are learning how to be friends. If you make a mistake, apologize. Not because you want to be friends with the person. Not because you want them to forgive you. Not because any of that. It's just because you're a real and authentic person, and you really care about being a spiritual being. Because at the end of the day, I care about my evolution enough to apologize when I make a mistake. I care about my character enough to apologize when I make a mistake. I care enough about being authentic. Like sometimes people are like, why do you communicate like that, yo? Like because this is how we are, and there's people that are like me that get it. It's like, we can communicate from a whole and holistic space and be understood by those people that are like us. But then those that are not used to communicating from a whole and authentic space and used to just being fake and covering stuff up and lying and just moving on like they didn't even fart and blaming it on other people, they be like, why are you bringing that up? Why are you being negative? Why are you talking? All we can do is be our best and wish everyone the best. That's it. But definitely pay attention to the stories of people. Pay attention to who you allow into your reality. Pay attention, because who they are with others is most likely who they're going to be with you. Unless they really evolved and changed and grown. And you will see, based off of their stories and their character, who they want to be in your life. And that's just it. Friendship is a beautiful thing. It's nothing to be scared of. It's okay to have different types of friends, people that are not like you. And it's okay to discover that, somebody is too different than you in their current stage of development to be close to you because you have, certain restrictions. I have restrictions for lying people because, I'm like, wait a minute, did you just lie like how I breathe? But I won't say it to them. I'll just be like, oh, peace and love. Peace and love, my brother. Peace and love, my sister. Because we're not here to, try to correct people or change people. But this is for educational purposes. So if you have a problem with, lying, and you channel that energy to something beautiful. Write some screenplays and some novels, Make that work for you. But if you want people to trust you, there I go with the you. Sorry, I've done that so much in this video for those of you that are not in that space. But bear with me. And I'm going to just go. I'm not even going to go on a tangent because I really do got to go to work. But peace and love, world. And if you have a problem with somebody, you made a mistake, it's okay to apologize. But one thing that I love is that I don't have a sling of people that I've had negative experiences with. I have people from all spaces and times. I got my little raver friends that I can, hit up and go dance with because I've never been a bad spirit with them. I've never said anything rude or mean. I have my high school friends that I could go chill with if I wanted to because I've always been loving and they still love me. Oh man. Oh my God. My friend has a picture of me from 20 years ago. She saved a picture of me from 20 years ago. I love you. Genuinely. Come over my house and make me some food because I was so silly. I didn't even know how to cook. Man. I can hang out with one of my friends from middle school because I was always real and authentic. I can hang out with one of my homies that I met in New York because I was always real and authentic. I don't have bad experiences with people. I don't have a string of people that I can't go kick it with and be cool with because I was rude, mean, or negative. No. That's not my story. If that's your story, it's okay. You're the creator. You can change it by being a real and authentic and accountable human and apologizing and correcting yourself and growing and evolving and not being somebody that, is rude or insulting or mean to others. You can change. The Most High God is here for that. We support it. We are cheerleaders for change. Peace and love, world. I'm really going to go to the bathroom and then go to work. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please like and subscribe to this channel. Like and subscribe to this channel. Woo. It's YouTube Talk. Peace and love.